What's going on, everybody? It's just another day in the kitchen, back with another episode, and today we're taking a look at Travis Scott's latest merch drop, this time with the legendary FC Barcelona. Now, before we get started, I want to give a very special shout out to the homie Strain Beats, who's been cooking up the beats for these videos, so make sure you guys check him out. And while you're here, you might as well drop a like and subscribe and join our free Discord to stay up to date with the latest and the greatest. Shout out to all of my chefs in there. Now, today's video is straight to the point, kicking things off with this sold out FC Barcelona 2024-25 Cactus Jack home jersey collab. Whew. And focusing your attention, of course, to the center of this jersey is where you will see the highlight of this collab, which is, of course, this new Cactus Jack branding that actually looks pretty raw. So you may be watching this video and wondering, well, what's so special about this jersey? And as you can see in the above pictures, not only is this one Cactus Jack branded, but it's also one of only 1,899 jerseys, which I have no doubt is a nod to the fact that FC Barcelona was founded in the year 1899. And if these insane resale prices of over $1,000 a jersey don't deter you, then you too can look like a Cactus Jack baller like the young goat Lamine Yamal here. So drop a cactus in the comments if you guys are digging it. Now, in addition to the home jersey, there was also an away one that was instantly sold out as well, although not nearly as limited as the first one, as this one wasn't numbered. And now we turn our attention to a very clean piece from this Cactus Jack collab in the form of this retro 2000-2001 skeleton inspired vintage jersey, which automatically becomes a contender for one of my favorite pieces from this new drop. And as far as inspiration for this one, it of course resembles this kit from the 2001 season. So let me know in the comments how my chefs are feeling about this one, and I'm especially curious of all of my non-soccer and football fans, as I wonder if I'm just super biased or if this collab has actually flamed so far. So I'm relying on you guys to let me know. And before moving on, I want to of course acknowledge that this piece ships out in 10 to 12 weeks, which is always crazy to imagine a package arriving up to 3 months later, so buyers beware. Now, next up, we've got our first hoodie, dubbed the Spray Logo hoodie, which will run you a cool $140, and interestingly enough ships out in 7 to 8 weeks, which is at least a little quicker than what we just saw. And for my viewers and chefs that may be on the fence about picking this one up, I wanted to share a nice close-up where you can really appreciate what they were trying to go for, however simple it might be. Also, something I wanted to point out that might not mean much to some is that this hoodie was essentially advertised as being a one-of-one piece, as in the description here they mentioned that no two hoodies are dyed the same. So I just wanted to put that out for my chefs, and if anything, it makes me appreciate the effort put into this collection that much more. Now, next up, we've got this raw split die crest hoodie, which again highlights the various dyes being used in this collection, and in this case, for whatever reason, jumps up in price by $20 to a cool $160. That I believe might be justified in that we're seeing more logos and designs on the sleeves as opposed to the previous hoodie, but I'd love to know in the comments which of these two you guys are messing with more so far, and if any of these other items have been a cop or a drop. Now, as far as my personal favorite piece from this collab, it's definitely got to be these Cactus Jack skeleton home shorts that unfortunately are a little steep at $95, but man, these are almost giving me like Yeezus era vibes because of the skeleton. So I'd love to go ahead and get my hands on these, and despite the long wait, I think as a Florida boy, I'd be one of the few people that could still take advantage of these. Because let's be real, even if these got delivered to me 3 months from today, it is still gonna be hot as hell here in Florida, so I feel like they'd be perfect. Now, speaking of merch that would pair perfectly with the shorts we just saw, next up we have this wash spray logo tee that features this dope fusion of Travis's previous birds or eagle themes, and of course the play on the soccer ball, which again, your boy might be biased, but I think is just so damn clean, especially after seeing close-ups like this one. So I might actually end up having to go back at the end of this video and picking this one up for the personal. Now, to wrap up the heavier pieces in this latest drop of La Flames, we have this clean retro zip Anthem jacket for a cool $160 that honestly gives me a vintage vibe and reminds me of the apparel we often see soccer players travel in. So if anything, this might be the coziest piece from this collection, and I think it's dope how you can even see the branding on things as simple as these pocket cuffs, showing at least a little more effort in this collab instead of just slapping a generic logo somewhere, as we've seen other artists of similar stature do many other times in the past. Now, as is tradition with most Travis and Cactus Jack drops, we had to have at least one hat, this time with the following $18.99 distressed hat that really doesn't have a whole lot going on here, but aesthetically fits the collection and might just be one of those that looks even cleaner in person. So for 50 bucks, I think it's a cool pickup and something you can wear with a lot of his merch and theming. And while this next piece might not be for everyone, as it might be more of a commemorative piece for all of the soccer and football fans like myself, this simple scarf brings together what I think is the spirit of classic soccer and football, with the cool Cactus Jack twist. And last but not least, to end this collection, we have a simple yet elegant retro football here for $50 that features this really clean embossing and imprint of the actual Cactus Jack and Barcelona logos, as you guys can see here. Just really giving this piece a kind of classy feeling, if that makes sense. So honestly, for 50 bucks, another great pickup and something to really commemorate this whole Barcelona collaboration. Now, at the time of today's video dropping, Travis scheduled to perform ahead of this weekend's El Clasico game, which is of course a historic battle every season between FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. And speaking of El Clasico, we of course have a photo of Travis with none other than Vinny Jr., who is of course one of the stars of Real Madrid and rivals of FC Barcelona. So I guess we'll see who he's really rooting for this weekend. Now, if you're watching this video and wondering just how Travis landed this collaboration, it's actually not the first time that Barcelona has collabed with a major artist, but I think it's safe to say this is the first time they've ever collabed with an artist as lit as La Flame, and go ahead and prove me wrong in the comments otherwise. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to know what you guys think about this one in the comments. I think it's insane to look back and see a picture of La Flame performing back in 2016 or 2017 here wearing an FC Barcelona jersey, not knowing that just a short decade later he'd be collabing with them and performing ahead of one of their biggest games of the season. So if nothing more, I hope you guys learn to just keep fighting and pushing for your dreams like Travis did here, and I hope to one day be making a video that I one day met him myself. Now, as always guys, thank you so much for cooking with the kitchen. Let me know if you guys copped any pieces from this collab. Remember to stay safe out there, and as always, remember, it's lit straight up and peace.